Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I'm going to wait for you all to join because actually this morning I need your help. I'm wearing earphones and I want to make sure that you can all hear me. So as you're coming in, if you can just say good morning, let me know that you hear me. We're talking about two blocks to wealth for driven women, which I know there are many women who consider this a massive accomplishment or, something to be admired to be driven. So I'm going to wait for you all. As you're coming in, can you just let me know, hey, Tasha, we're hearing you. All right, I see a couple of you here now. Can you just let me know that you are hearing me? That is the first thing, just because I'm on using headphones. Let's see. I see that you're here, but I'm not seeing any comments yet. And I'm also on my phone. So you can probably tell totally different thing going on this morning, and I'll share with you in a little bit. But I'm still waiting for some comments. Can you all hear me? Hearing you fine. All right, great. Okay, let's play. Let's go. So this morning we're talking about two blocks to wealth that I have seen, and I've been doing this for a long time. But the greatest experience is really that I am this woman. I have been this woman. So, when you talk about being driven, that is, I think, something that as little girls we were, especially if you're ambitious and you were raised in a way that you want to be successful, is that to be a driven woman is something that is deeply respected, it's admired, it's positive. We revere women who are driven, right? And when it comes to wealth, what could possibly block a driven woman? Nothing, honestly, right? Because if you're willing to work really hard and sacrifice and um, really give it your all, you can become wealthy. Absolutely. All roads lead to Rome. I always say that. There's multiple ways to get the end result. The thing that we like to talk about in our community is, but is that the way you want to go? Right? So back up for a second, why everything looks different. I'm traveling for work with my husband this week, and I am currently in the lobby of the hotel because my amazing husband is not yet awake. It is 6 a.m. here, and he's gonna wake up and get ready to go to work. And we can't be in the same room doing all these things together, right? So just bear with me. Hopefully you can hear me, and I get to finish before breakfast starts. So back to okay, great. I love it. All right. So, how many of you would consider yourself driven? Like you are driven towards achieving your goals. This is something that, you're like, yeah, that's me. I am that woman. I am driven. I'm going all in for achieving the results that I want. How many of you? All right, I'm going to wait for a couple of comments. And the thing is, like I said, it's great. I've been a driven woman and I was super proud to be her. I wore that like a badge of honor on my sleeve. And I know that for so many out there, as we're on our journey, it's a thing that sometimes is going to require a mindset reframe, but there's nothing bad about it. The conversation that we want to have is, if you're driven, but you're hitting income plateaus, like that is the worst thing for a woman who's driven, because here you are. I'm willing to put in the work. I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to figure it out. I'm willing to make it happen. And now, like, what the heck? Why can't I make more? Or why can't I make what I want? Or why can't my income scale? Why am I hitting this income plateau? And so that is the conversation that we want to have, right? If that's what you're experiencing, why? What is two blocks, or what are two blocks that might be getting in the way when you align to the energy of being driven? So number one is, most women who are driven, they are goal oriented, very goal focused. I've been this woman myself, so I know. You see where you are so focused on the results. It's like getting the result is all that matters. It's the thing that drives you. It's the thing that you identify as. It's what validates your success. I mean, I remember when I had my franchise business and I was like, oh, yeah, I am that woman. I have a seven-figure business, you know? And the problem with that is you become uber, um, needy, you become very attached when it comes to money. And money, I have learned over my 20 something years in business, money actually does not like needy. Money does not like you being attached like a guy. It's like it is going to run as fast as it possibly can. And so on your journey to success, when you get to this point where you were like, yes, I'm driven and now I need these results. I'm super attached to getting to this next level of income, and it's going to validate who I am if I can still consider myself successful or not, right? You know that energy. It's very like this. I've been there, so I know what that feels like. And actually, what I realized when I look back was, oh my gosh, it wasn't that, like being driven and ambitious is good. There are good qualities to have. But when you start butting your head up against income ceilings and you're not able to break it, and especially when you realize, oh my God, this drive is now in overdrive. I'm working way harder than I ever have for not the same, like, I'm working way harder than I ever have. And the money that would be equivalent to that level of work is not coming in to match my level of energy and output. Right. And so that's when that becomes an issue. And for me, looking back, it was like, it's clear science, it's clear math. Oh my God, Tasha, you were so like attached, you were so needy. And it was a little bit more than that. I needed money. I needed the financial success to validate my identity of being a driven woman. It was like I needed the money to say, yes, this was worth it. Right? Now go work harder for more money. And money was like, shit, I am not interested. Right? So I love that. Heather said, so get this. Awesome. So that's number one is like, when you're so in your head, you're so focused on the goals, you're so attached, you're so needy of the results for validation. You need them to say you're doing the right things, you are succeeding, and you need the financial results, especially. You have gone so much into your head over your heart. And actually, money loves emotions. Money loves flow. Money loves when you're detached. Money loves when you don't need it. Hear me. Money loves when you don't need it. You start needing it, it is running in the other direction. So that's block number one. Block number two that I see most driven women experiencing is that they rely on, I wrote an email recently, it's talked about self-sourcing. And so this is where you're like, I will do this. I can do this. It's gonna happen. It's up to me, and I'm gonna, you know, you're totally gone into completely relying on yourself, your little finite little human, your mental capability, your 24 hours of the day. It's all up to you, right? And so one of the things that got me trapped is, okay, I want to be a millionaire. That means for me a million hours of work. Just call it what it is. That was the way I saw it, right? And I'm going to put in my million hours because I'm going to be a millionaire, right? So you actually switch off access to the superpower that can make wealth happen for you, which, as you know, from me is God, but God, universe, source. Like, when I get into I'm gonna self-source, it's like I literally shut the doors on God, universe, source. I literally go, you know what, God, I got this one. I'm gonna make my way to millions. You just chill over here till I need you. I'll be back. I'll be back when my back's against the wall and I need something else, right? But this like getting to my millions, I got it. I'm on this. Tasha, my little human here, I am on this. Well, okay, I don't know how many number of years we're all here, but my gosh, just think about the time and energy you spend and effort and hard work. And I like to think of it as, why am I carrying this on my back when I don't have to? And that was such a switch for me. I can tell you in a very short sentence, I have noticed that wealth has come way more easy for me the more I have learned to let go, the more I have learned to acknowledge that it is not me. I don't even want it to be me. I don't. I don't want my work to be the way that I make money. I actually want my work to be the thing that causes me to enjoy life, to feel fulfilled, to give back, to contribute. But I don't want it to be, okay, my work is sourcing my wealth. That's God, universe, source. But driven women, again, going back to being so, you're so wired for, and we can have a whole other conversation for why, but we're so wired for self sourcing. We are so in the masculine about this. I've got to figure it out. I've got to make it happen. Right. And it's actually blocking our wealth. So I want to introduce a new idea this morning. And it's just putting it out there for you. It's an invitation. You can say yes, you can say no, you can try it on, you can see how it feels. But I'd love for you to consider stepping into being a visionary woman. Now, here's the benefit of being a visionary woman. You actually still get to be driven, right? You get to be driven by the vision, the purpose work you're here to do, the thing you want to accomplish, the thing you want to experience. You get to be driven by that, but detached from how it happens. Sorry, I'm in the lobby, so people are coming down for breakfast, right? So who's with me? Like, that sounds way better. I get to be driven by the vision. Like, the vision is the thing that pulls me, why I'm here, the purpose I'm here to fulfill. Like, yeah, let that be the thing that drives me, not money, not accomplishment, not accolades, not external validation, but the fact that I did what I came here to do. I want that to drive me, and the how the money is going to come, the how the purpose is going to be fulfilled, all of the hows, totally detached. The vision, because inherent in the vision is all the how, all the whys, all the ways that it can happen, all the money that is attached, it's all there. Okay, let's go. Anybody up for that? Who wants, like, Tasha, I'm stepping into visionary. I'm like bye bye driven, like loved you, but there's something even higher. There's a higher level and it's visionary and I want that. Anybody want to let me know? Like, I'm all in for visionary. Yes, the vision pulls me. Yes. Yes. So I love this quote by Sir Michael Beckwith. He says, the vision pulls and the pain pushes. And what I realized is when I was being a driven woman, I had a lot of focus and energy on the pain, the things I wanted to, right? I didn't want to be broke. I didn't want to have to worry about paying bills. I didn't want to have to figure out how the kids were going to go to college. I didn't want to have to deal with the bankruptcy. Like, all of the pain of all of that actually pushed me. And that is hard as heck. Like, being driven because of that is literally signing up to carry the world on your back. But being pulled by the vision is so much easier and so much more powerful. So these days, I'm being pulled by the vision. How about you all? All right. So breakfast is about to be served. So I got to go. Last thing I want to say is this. I have an invitation for you. If you have aligned to, if you are like, Tasha, everything that you're saying is me, I have been driven and it's gotten me here, but it's very clear to me, especially from my exhaustion, especially from the fact that I'm hitting income plateaus. It's not going to get me to where I want to be. It's not. It's plain as day. Like, we're not talking about a mirage. I can see it. I'm exhausted. I've been driven my whole life, and now I'm exhausted. I've gotten here, but I'm not going to get there. Something needs to change, right? So I have an invitation for you. I am going to invite you to a masterclass where this masterclass, we are going to be making three massive shifts. I want you to notice, those of you especially that are, really observant of me and my life, you can always see when I'm up leveling, right? And every time I go to the next level, I'm like, you know what? They need this too. Let's go. Bring bring everybody along, right? We're all getting on this yellow brick road together. So there's three massive shifts that I want to guide my community through in this masterclass. The first one is, we were lied to, period. We were lied to. We were told that we had to learn how to work hard. We had to learn how to get really good educations, and that would be the answer for the wealth that we want to create. Well, I can tell you 77% of wealthy people are entrepreneurs, 0% are employees, period. So, this belief that we have had for so long that's causing us to be driven and to work so hard is a lie. The entire thing that we're building our wealth journey on is not true. And it's a belief. So we've got mindsets that are actually your mind does not want you to be wealthy. The first and most important shift that we're going to have to make during this masterclass is we are going to have to reprogram your mind so that it does the work for you to become wealthy. No more efforting, no more. You have to die to it. I know that's very dramatic. It's all the things, but if you want to create 20K a month, 100K a month consistently, let me tell you what I do. Every single day, I spend minimum 2 hours working on my mind. Some days I might not even get to my business. Fact. In fact, I restructured my entire business to work 1 day a week fulfilling clients because I need more time to reprogram my mind to get to my next level of wealth. So, number one, you've heard it a bazillion times. I'm not the first person to tell you. Wealth is made in your mind first. And if your mind is not in alignment with you becoming wealthy, well, you got a massive thing working against you. So we got to figure out how can we make your mind be like all on board for normalizing 20 to 100K a month consistently. No more unpredictable income. That's what I see happening. A lot of like feast and famine going on in the community. I told you last week, when I sat back and I look at the women in my community, you are all capable of 20K minimum a month, minimum. So let's talk about the next shift that we're going to have. And that is I talk about the 17 money traumas, but I've narrowed it down to 3 or 4 that I'm going to address during this masterclass. The 3 or 4 of them that actually cause you to undercharge and to settle for less income than you deserve. Your marketing has nothing to do with the income you're making, your all the things, all the external things, you could do them all to the perfection. And if these 3 to 4 traumas are still at play, you are going to find a way to undercharge and to not be at the level of income that you desire. So, of all the 17, we're going to talk about them, but we're going to really hone in on the 3 to 4 of them that cause this, and we're going to address it. The last thing that we're going to do, the third shift is, I realize as I look at my community, is that we are the level of wealth that we identify as. So I'm going to give you something I realized yesterday. I'm flying, I'm in Phoenix this week with my husband for work, and we're on we're on the plane, and we're in first class. And I'm sitting on the plane like business as usual. No, literally at this point, it is no big deal for me. But I do remember when it was like, oh my God, to be able to fly anywhere first class. It was a huge, huge deal. And I remember at the time, the identity that I had then was first class is a big deal. First class is a ton of money. First class is something I can't afford. First class is not for me. I did not identify as a woman who flew first class. The identity that I had of myself was limiting me to what's possible. Now that I've shifted that identity, first class is not a big deal. It's not, because I now identify as the woman who flies first class, right? So your level of wealth will only be as good as a level of wealth identity that you are right now assuming and embodying. We got to shift that. We got to shift into a 7-figure blueprint energy woman. She is totally different than how you are being right now. So let me recap 3 shifts that we're going to do. Number one, we're going to program your brain for 20K a month or more. Like 20K right now is the minimum. So 20K a month or more because your brain is making you make that amount of money, not your effort. Number two, we're going to look at the 3 to 4 money traumas that are causing you to undercharge and settle for less than 20K. If any of you are doing that, less than 50K. Like I know right now, my level of income, I'm at my deservingness cap, right? So where I'm at right now is a number that some time ago was, oh my God, what? Right? But now that I'm here, I'm now at another level of a deservingness gap. I gotta break this income plateau. So do you. So we're in this together, right? We're gonna address these things together. And the last one is we're gonna create a 7-figure identity because you can only become who you believe you are. You can only operate from the energy of a 7-figure woman and create her. You cannot be, I'm trying, I'm struggling, I'm not there. It's feast and famine. Like that identity is not going to get you to consistent 100K months. It's not, it's totally misaligned. So we got to address that. Does that make sense? Let me know. Normalize your wealthy lifestyle. That's right. So, ladies, this masterclass is what you have known as the Wealth with Ease activation experience. This time it's going to be 3 days only instead of 5. Last week we had a little glitch with getting everyone registered. One quick second. And so this week, like our comment trigger didn't work. I told you all to type the word ease and then it didn't work. But I want you, we saw the numbers, and I know there's so many of you like always register for this. You want to come back because if you haven't figured it out yet, this level I'm going to teach at is now next level. So if you were here in September, forget that. That was Tasha of 6 months ago. This Tasha is up here and she's going to be teaching up here. So you want to come experience this. So get yourself registered, tashachen.com/WWE. I'll put it on the screen here, tashachen.com/WWE. And the best thing to do, especially because these 3 days are going to cause you to ascend. If you have other women in your life who are your besties, people you talk to all the time, I'm just going to encourage you, invite them. Because the worst thing is to start down this road and then find, oh my gosh, my friends are no longer aligned. Like they're still in that old identity and I've up leveled. So at least give them the chance to come on the journey with you. What I'm going to teach, I promise you, they are going to say, thank you, thank you, thank you. One of my goddesses right now, she came into this program because one of her friends was generous enough to share this link with her, and her entire life has changed. Her son's life has changed. Like, when I think of her, she's literally like living on a galaxy. She's gone off of this planet with the results that have happened in her life, just because one of her friends thought enough to say, you know what, you should come do this. So tashachen.com, WWE, make sure you get registered. And then when you're done, you'll see a link to join me for VIP. After everything I just said with my first class story, normalize VIP. All right. I'll see you all there. Get yourself registered. I think you can also try type in ease if you want. Go ahead and type ease. Mia's already signed up, of course. How many of you already signed up? Let me know in the comments. Let me know, let me know, let me know. All right. But Denise says, I'm ready. tashajen.com/WWE. You can also try typing ease and see if that gets you to Facebook Messenger with a link to Jen. All right, ladies, everyone's coming for breakfast. I gotta go. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye.